Good evening, good afternoon, it's Juicy Saft, your Lord and Savior, to those that are in the cult, and to everybody else. Hello, what up? You don't get a good greeting. Anyway, I have been turned off from the fantasy genre of anime. I don't watch anything else in anime besides the fantasy, sci-fi genre, because, except for some shows where it's like slice of life, and that My Love Story, and a few others that have pulled me with something else that they can offer. But I don't watch sports animes, I don't watch anything like that, because I can't get invested into the story. And I feel that fantasy and sci-fi has the best expression through animation. It's like, no matter what people say, hand-drawn or computer rendered. Sometimes computer rendered. Computer rendering needs to advance a little bit, because it's very off-putting sometimes. Especially if they mix elements of computer generation and hand-drawn, and it's just like the styles don't collide very well. I'm an artist, I'm not going to shit on people's hard work, because it still takes a lot of time, but I'm probably going to shit on Western animation in a second. But I get turned off from anime in general, because when I start watching anime, the story goes very well, but then, like, Shield Hero, the Rising of the Shield Hero, lollies! The story becomes porn. It becomes fan service and jerk-off sessions, basically, for their weirdo fans that like that stuff. Yes, I said weirdo fans. Because if you can watch it, that's why people, and then you got people who only ever watch fighting animes, complain about pacing for some shows, complain that, oh, something's not happening. People who watch Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, Dragon Ball, and that's it. They don't watch any other type of fantasy anime. They don't watch any other type of anime whatsoever. I know I can't speak. Again, I just said I only watch sci-fi and fantasy and that genre, or things that have a pull, something different, something that makes it away from life. I don't like slice of life too much unless it's about something fantasy related or some aspect of that, because that's just who I am. That's what I like. But I definitely don't watch solely fighting if I can help it. I mean, that's what encompasses the fighting anime. But I feel like fantasy is more than just fights, which is why I don't care about pacing. It's about story. Anyway, you have those people that only watch fighting animes arguing about which old-ass anime is better. Yes, and now they're getting to the point where they're old. Stop fighting on Twitter about One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Dragon Ball. They all are okay. They are arguably whatever you want them to be. Okay? But you can't argue that a lot of them, minus Hunter x Hunter. I haven't really watched Hunter x Hunter, so I can't really say this about Hunter x Hunter, because I haven't seen the whole thing, but I imagine it's pretty much the same premise as the others, but I won't actually say that without knowing. I'm going to keep my mouth shut about that show. But I will say that I have watched One Piece, I have watched plenty of Dragon Ball, for Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball whatever, Dragon Ball this, Dragon Ball that, Dragon Ball Super. They don't actually have too much of a storyline. It's just fight, 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 fight. And there's no... I can't get invested anymore in those stories. It just doesn't seem like there's any real threat, any real worry, any real anything. But what about Demon Slayer? Or Goblin Slayer, for that matter. I'll talk about Goblin Slayer at another time. Two good animes with similar names. Well, anyway, Demon Slayer, whatever the actual full name of it is, I don't care. Is one of those very few animes that make me... Anime, whatever. That make me actually go towards the manga and read it. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Okay. Anyway, that make me go towards the anime and read the rest of it because I enjoy the story that much. Attack on Titan made me do that because I actually enjoyed the story aspect of it, not just like, oh, the Titans are running around and eating people. I actually wanted to see it, and it did improve. I'll say that it really outmet my expectations once I read the anime. Now, Demon Slayer, on the other hand, has always exceeded my expectations from day one. You know why? The simple fact that there's not that much fans. In fact, there's not really any fan service at all. I mean, you get further in the manga and you see little tiny scenes, little tiny things, but the biggest pull of it is there's a family relation. There's a brother and a sister that love each other, and no weird shit. No kissing, no hugging, that's a little too tight, no finger banging in the forest, then acting like it doesn't happen. He loves her and even thinks that she's a beautiful woman, but not in a weird way, just he loves his sister. And That's it. No, I'm gonna look like an idiot if way down the line. I've read all of chapters of the manga, so so far nothing like that. They focus solely on the story. Nothing like that's happened, but anyway. So Demon Slayer is a story about a young coal burner family, a young boy, Tanjiro. Can't remember the names. Forgive me. I read the names. I pass over them. I could Tanjiro is. I'm not going to be able to pronounce them. All right, forgive me. He goes out to collect coal while his family, his mother and his father died, and you can tell that he's not in the picture, but he died. And that's not a spoiler. Nothing is ruined for you for that. It's not important to the story that he died and that you find out, because in the first episode he's not in the picture. Unless you were like hoping that he was a deadbeat and that he would fight his son at some point. Anyway, his mom, his brothers and sisters. He's got a bunch of them, a buttload of them. Poor mom, but they need to burn coal or something. I don't know. Anyway, so he goes out to collect more firewood or coal or something for the family. And while he's gone, a demon attacks his family. I won't reveal who, but a demon attacks his family. And when he gets back, his whole family's slaughtered, and the only survivor is Nezuko, his sister, who, unfortunately, has been turned into a crazed demon. Now, I thought for sure he would kill his sister. This is not a spoiler because you can see it very clearly in everything. And it's important to the whole entire story as that's the pull and drive. So it shouldn't spoil the story. This was actually something that should carry you towards the story, because otherwise it's just a revenge story. No, he stops himself from killing it because he's just a lovely boy. He's just a nice, kind-hearted man. He stops her from biting and attacking. She has not eaten anybody yet. She has just been transformed and is, attacking like crazy. Shit goes down. They carry this onto the forest. They're like, fuck this area. Too much blood. Too much violence. Let's get out of here. She's crazy. She doesn't even know how to speak right now because she's turned into a demon. So the only thing that she can say is... So, he sticks a piece of whatever in her mouth. Bamboo or something. They're fighting still and whatever. Then this one demon slayer comes by. Important because, it's the whole title thing. And decides, stop. Hold right there. I'm not going to say any more than that. You should go... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. He tries to kill her because that's what demon slayers do. Tanjiro is like, no, don't kill her. She's my sister. No weird shit. No, I love her. No inner monologue. No bull crap where they take away from the seriousness of the aspect of the story. No. It's just him saying, don't kill my sister. I love her. She's the only family I've got left. He decides not to, out of the kindness of his own heart. Doesn't kill his sister. Tells him, hey, go find the water pillar. Or one of the water breath teacher, whatever. His old sensei, because whatever. And learn the ways of becoming you. You're so weak, you're blah, 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 blah. Because Tanjiro impressed him in the fight or something. I don't know. Go watch it. I forget. My memory's hazy, okay? Anyway, he does that. Boom. That's how the story starts. So it's him trying to cure Nezuko. It's trying to find a way to change or revert her back from demon to human. And, oh my goodness. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. If you don't want to watch it any further, because that's all you need to know about this anime, I'll just go ahead and say it's amazing. The animation is beautiful. The fighting in this animation is beautiful. There's a scene in the manga that if you go there, it's already in the anime, but if you go read it in the manga, how they handled the movement from the anime, it looks static and you just see it happen. But if you look in the anime and you can see, oh my god, beautiful. I mean, absolutely beautiful. The colors, everything, how they've transformed. Because in the end, oh god, it's just good. It's just beautiful. It's just a good anime. It's a very beautiful anime. It's really good. Oh my god. I'm not even acting like I normally would with a camera, because it's just that good. I never have this kind of personality when I'm recording these things, because I don't care to. I don't like when YouTubers do that fake excitement or thrill, or where they try to pull a younger audience in. But I actually feel this. I'm actually excited because it's such a good anime. And that, okay, I'm going to spoil it a little bit, alright? So, don't watch, just if you, skip a, well, oh well. Go watch it, catch up with the anime. I'm going to spoil only up to what's been shown in the anime. And that's it. And I won't spoil the manga, okay? So, go stop the video, go watch the anime if you actually want to. If you don't care if it's spoiled, doesn't matter. So, turns out, spoilers ahead, that Michael Jackson decided to kill his entire family. Reasons unknown in the anime, hinted towards in the manga. I guess, from what I can gather, because I'm looking at it and I'm saying, oh, okay, looking strange. Doesn't matter. Michael Jackson, or Muzan, very interesting that he looks like Michael Jackson and has an M in his name. That was done deliberately. Decides to kill his whole family and inject her with her blood. I don't know if it was Muzan that did it or another demon, because it's shown that the demons can actually offer up, the higher up demons can offer up the same thing, I guess. Maybe. Because that's also a hint. That's not spoiler, because that's just a hint. And I can't really say that that's actually what's happening. But it's like off some banter that they laugh at. Because, you know, demons will say, just become a demon. And you don't know, oh my god, can they do that? But the only time that it's actually happened has been, you know, when the higher up. So that's just like, you can write that off as banter between two fighters. Okay? Or is that a spoiler? You'll never know. Anyway, kills the whole fam. Ah, sorry, my thumb is fucked up. Oh my god, that really hurt. I cut my thumb a few days ago. Oh, Jesus Christ, I cut my thumb and it hurts. It's finally healed over, or by healed over I mean I ended up having to tear off the chunk of skin. Because it fell off practically. Oh my god, ow. And wasn't healing properly and was dead skin, getting more and more dead. Anyway, so it's really sensitive right now. Anyway, I'm loading right now. If I had an editor, I would edit this same as me with the startup sound. It doesn't matter. He injects Nezuko with that. I don't freaking know why. No idea why he just did that. I guess it was a scratch, and she survived somehow, and it injected her with it, and she became a demon. So he finds the water pillar, the old water pillar teacher or whatever, and decides, oh, I want to become a demon slayer, find a way to cure her. God. Then the water pillars are like, yeah, sure, why not? Feel free, come on, let's do it. And he doesn't kill his sister either. Everybody's just being nice, apparently. Decides to put him through all the grueling tests and tribulations and all that to become a demon slayer. To train him on the high mountains, to learn a breathing style, because the breaths in this anime are a way for human beings to fight the demons. It's a swordsman technique where you control your breathing, and even that's a little bit believable, you know, where it's like focused on the body, because some of the moves are not, they're impossible, but they make the movements seem realistic. They focus on the movements, they're making it not seem like you have some magical power. That's too unbelievable. I mean, with demons around, you know. Further in the manga, you'll see little aspects of something else, but I won't say anything about that. But the breaths, the beautiful breaths, the beautiful different types of fighting styles and everything, all realistic, all close to something that matters. I'm sorry that this video is all over the place. I just love this anime, and I didn't write a script, and I don't care about being intellectual with this. This is just a pure opinion piece. Alright? I'll be honest. I feel like Demon Slayer is exactly where animation in Japan should be heading towards. Story, it actually has story. Now people will complain about the pacing of the story. I wouldn't. It's a very well paced story. In fact, people complain about pacing when there's not enough fighting scenes and everything because of watching Dragon Ball and that and blah blah blah, and it's annoying. Okay, it's really annoying. They say that because they're like, where's the story going? And it's like, dude, it's told in parts, man. Every anime. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that they're alright, sorry. It's just great. It's just a great anime, and that's what I feel like they should move away from just trying to pull viewers with porn, because everybody who watches anime is apparently a degenerate, or at least the main selling base of what they're trying to do are degenerates. They want to just sell their anime so bad, so they start shoving porn in your face. Now, I did mention Goblin Slayer earlier, and I will say that they had some risky scenes in the manga and a little bit in the anime, but oh well. Still a good anime, because it's about a topic. It's not one guy has to fight, some big bad evil guy. It's just a guy that hates goblins. He hates his goblins. That's it. And yeah, in Demon Slayer it is, I have to go defeat a big bad evil guy, but it's more so he really just wants to cure his sister and get revenge for the demons that killed his family and all that. So yeah, it is a revenge story, but it's more so about his development and growth and his desire to protect his family and become stronger, to protect his family. He never loses that. And I feel like Western animation, because I'm going to shit on it completely and horribly hard, is garbage. Because I don't believe for a second that it's money anymore. Maybe it is. Maybe networks don't want to put that much, because cartoons in America are seen towards only children, and animation is a beautiful medium. We need to have more adult animation that isn't centered around, and that's not even an adult animation. That's really aimed to target children, but the target demographic is anybody that's going to watch that. Anime in general has moved away from just targeting children and just targeting adults to now targeting all, as much as they can, as much of a wide audience. But Western animation children's animation is flashy ADHD, just pew pew pew, ha ha, fart joke, waffles, ha 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 ha, random humor from like 2000. Alright, that raw XD crap like Teen Titans Go. Okay? Shitty animation, terrible animation, people making cuts, people not trying hard enough, and pushing animators to do the bare minimum to save money, but overwork them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So the animators could do better, but they can't because the network won't let it, or rather their bosses won't let it. Garbage. I'm tired of adult animation being only about sex, violence, terrible drawings that look even worse, and poop jokes, and intellectual humor. Like, I love Rick and Morty as a story, and it is funny to me, but as the pinnacle of Western animation, no. No, it is just the same as every other Western animation over here, where there's an there's an animation here in America that's coming up on Adult Swim. Like Metalocalypse was actually well drawn for or at least a Western animation. You know what I mean? It was very stick kind of driven, where it was stiff and everything, but it was still. The scenes and everything were still nicely drawn. It was believable for when shit happened. Not believable, but it was just like not ugly. Metalocalypse wasn't ugly to look at. But then you got other animations here in America that are just bare minimum bad. What is going on, man? Why aren't we giving more respect to animation over here, man? Like, I really want to boom, and I want us to stop waiting for Japan to put out more stuff, and instead want America, Canada, anybody in the West to put out actual decent story-driven animation where it's not just jokes and comedy. That's the real problem. It's not that everything's drawn. It's just that adult animation is only ever comedy. It's only ever crude comedy about sex, drugs, and being smarter than everybody else. And that's it. And that's why I brought up Rick and Morty, because that sounds like I'm saying that about Rick and Morty. That's just animation here in America. That's what old-ass people who are owning the network people think is funny, and think that's what's going to sell. We have an entire generation of people brought up on Toonami, brought up on the animation, Many people are now getting into it. It's becoming very, very popular over here in the West. It was already popular over in the East, in Japan and shit. So we're now catching up. And I feel like the only thing that we can do now is step our game up. You know what I mean? I would love to, have the same type of love for beautiful. Like, if you look at Japanese anime, if you look at the drawings, some of the anime is shit when it comes down to aesthetics. Apparently, One Punch Man Season 2 looks like garbage compared. I really didn't notice. That's my fault. I'm sorry. It's been so long that I just didn't even catch up. But I guess eagle-eyed people notice the difference. I guess I could see when people compare the two. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I guess. But Jesus Christ, people ate that season up. They're like, what is it? But some of them are, I mean, you can see the sunlight, everything is just beautifully drawn. Some of the ones that aren't drawn hyper realistic, but instead are drawn in a specific style. Like everybody's favorite little Witch Academy, or everything, blah blah blah, are drawn so cute and beautifully and fluidly that they mix together. But here in America, what do we get? We get fucking stick figures and garbage and garbage and garbage and garbage. I mean, regardless of how you feel about Steven Universe, as I can tell, that is actually drawn very nicely for a specific style. It is actually drawn very nicely. All right, story or whatever behind you, it is actually drawn very nicely compared to everything else that we've been given over here in the West. And to be honest, I'm actually tired that that's also the only story-driven thing that we could really see over here. I mean, you got Adventure Time, comedy. Steven Universe, pretty much a comedy. Everything, comedy, 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 comedy. And there's just nothing that I feel is... There's no suffering in animation over here in the West. It's always just comedy and then little tiny tears of sadness. Tragedy and humor go together. It's the most intelligent thing that you can do over here in the West. It's just garbage, man. Is that our sense of humor over here in the West? Is that just what's going to happen? Because, god damn, dude. We need better animation over here. And it's not because we can't. It's just that things don't get funded. Things don't go that far. Maybe we just haven't established what the general style of Western animation should be for better Western animation, because over in Japan they obviously all take the same roads and aspects. If you look at any anime, they all look similar because they're all inspiring off of each other. They're all going for a general style that readers already know, while adding their own flair to it, adding their own aspect to it. And I guess that's what we get over here, because Infinity Train, that's coming up in Cartoon Network, looks like Adventure Time, just a little bit different. Steven Universe is vastly different, but it's pretty much, that's the only two versions you're going to get over here. And that sucks. Like that just sucks that the only time that you're actually going to see an animation that has a story is when it's going to be for kids. If you think that Rick and Morty actually has a story, it doesn't. It's not supposed to. It's a comedy show. It's supposed to be all over the place. It has to have some continuality, but the whole aspect of Rick and Morty is that nothing matters. You got Evil Morty coming up, but that's just a plot point that they can keep. Really, is it really about what's the story? I guess you could argue, like the progression of Morty's development into Rick, or something like that, or is it just like having fun? It's just Justin Roiland and oh my god, I can't remember. Oh god, I forgot the other guy's name. Whatever, having fun with a show, and people taking too much pride into it because we don't have anything else over here. Sad. It's just sad. I mean, you got comic books that we can draw from. I guess that could become the standard over here, Square Jaws and the American Might. Because, when we had Batman and all of the Justice League animations, which were far better than any live action will ever be, arguably. That just goes for you. I mean, I'll say that Marvel is doing a little better in live action versus normal animation, because instead of having like the Marvel comics where people are getting their body parts ripped in half, or people are getting shot with their heads blown off, or things like that. In some comics, they go for more of a kid style, like jokey, because that's who their target audience is, I guess. Versus DC, when you have a DC animation, it's always Batman usually. Like Batman has the most, from what I can tell, or the Justice League, and Batman's there. DC is either Batman's there or it's not going. All right, except for Flashpoint. But people actually die. People are actually like, and that's nicer animation over here. Or Young Justice even. Batman was there. Like I said, Batman's always there in DC. Batman and DC just go hand in hand. If you don't think Batman's there, you're wrong. He's there. Batman is there. If you were in the bathroom, Batman is there. If you're in the DC universe, no matter where you are, Batman is there. Oh, you think you bought a hoagie because you wanted one? No, Batman made you buy it. You think that you're driving alone in your car dancing to that favorite song of yours that legally they can't reference, but they can kind of parody in the DC universe? No, Batman wrote it. Batman wrote all the songs. In fact, DC has been written by Batman himself, because that's how great of a detective he is. Because he knew all the events that were going to happen and wrote them down beforehand. I want them to have a dark metal series of animations and movies and whatnot, or at least a storyline of that, of Batman, or something inspired by that, because that I've been watching YouTube videos about the comic, and the Batman Who Laughs plus all the other dark versions of Batman are pretty cool. However, I also wish they would move away from Batman and just focus on other heroes that never get any limelight, or villains that never get any limelight. Let's do a Polka Dot Man series. Well, that's Batman. Jesus Christ. Kite Man for Flash. Let's do that. Who's another one? I don't know. Jeez. Anyway, that's pretty much all you get. It's just your view. And I think as the market changes, sooner or later we are going to see a very anime-inspired animation generation here, boom, in the West. You're going to see a lot of people trying to copy that style. I think we need to find our own. We can incorporate it, but we really do need to find our own American-based, like, general, like, this is what American animation looks like, instead of the god-awful crap it looks like now. Teen Titans, the original one, was what it was, animation, what I would assume anime inspired, because that's what I think, but it was drawn very well. Because you could see that a lot of them were, a lot of the characters would go into chibi modes a lot. They'd have faces, they were very expressive, but they go back. In fact, I'd say that Teen Titans, the original one, was the exact representation of what Western animation would be if anime inspired it, and what you would see if anime inspired a lot of Western animation, because it looks like an anime. If you put Japanese if you put Japanese people as voice actors over that, and then put subtitles on it, and then say it's just an anime, and that's just how it looks, I believe you. I'd go, oh yeah, that's an anime. That's an anime. It looks exactly like what you would see. Obviously, the overall general look of it would tell you it's American, but oh well. You can tell. Anyway, this was supposed to be about Demon Slayer. I'm just saying that Demon Slayer is a very good anime, a very good story in general. They make you feel for all the demons that are killed and slaughtered. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Even the one that was eating a lot of kids that came into the final selection. It made you feel for him. Some demons down the line. Even the most powerful demons that are just dickheads, they make you feel for them sometimes. Showing the humanity aspect of them. Showing that even though that they've been turned to demons, just like Nezuko has, they're different. Now, the only unbelievable part is that Nezuko is just special. They're giving her a lot of plot armor, which is fine because they're giving it to a side character, not really the main character. But it's like, it's like Tanjiro lost all of his plot armor and willingly gave it to Nezuko. Like, he handed it to her. Like, instead of killing her, he hugged her and then pushed off all of his plot armor onto her, keeping only the tiniest fraction for himself. That makes it so his arms and legs don't get cut off, and he doesn't die, and that's it. But her, drop a nuke on her, and then she'll apparently... I mean, technically, they don't die. Demons can't die except from sunlight, but, anyway... Demons already have plot armor about her, so she literally is plot armor personified. But I'm telling you, like, she doesn't need to eat. She sleeps for Come on. Stop capping. Anyway, if she was the main character, and she had the ability to talk and everything and think, which he does sooner or later. Dude, I would not be interested in the story. I would just be like, oh god, another overpowered guy. And even Tanjiro is a little bit strong, but it's his growth is at least believable because they don't make him too powerful, and they never show him defeating a super powerful demon in the manga by himself. This guy's getting his ass handed to him a lot. And there's some very bad parts where he, loses. And it's freaking believable. It's no, like, you don't know who's going to live and who's going to die. Except they, whenever somebody's going to die, it's kind of obvious when they do that air of, like, ha 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 ha, we're the best of friends. I honestly thought Zensu was going to die. I was wondering, how did he survive? And I love that guy. I love him and the rock pillar. When you find the rock pillar, that dude looks badass. No bullshit. He looks amazing. Anyway, I guess that's it for the video. I always thought, oh man, I gotta make sure it's a video that people want to watch. I don't care anymore. I am absolutely crazy now. I've been driven mad through pain and suffering in my own personal life, and now I just want to make people watch my stuff. If you like it, you like it. And if you hate it, good. Very good. There's nothing I can do for you. You can be as mad as you want. There's not a damn thing. I can make a video exactly how I want, regardless if I want it to be. You can give it like, hey, well, this, you didn't really go into the aspects of it. Why is it a good anime? Why is it this? Doesn't matter. You still watched it, didn't you? Still waited for it. Why are you expecting some guy on the internet to have all the goddamn answers? I'm a stranger, man. I don't know anything. Anyway, if you would like to see me improve these videos and stop talking to a webcam instead talking to an actual camera and, fill this room out with actual soundproofing and furniture and crap so it doesn't sound very echoing and you don't have to hear that freaking fish tank going off all the time, consider supporting me on Patreon. I have 16 so far. It was 17, it was a lot more, but it has gone down, and that's fine. I was in the process of moving. Thank my fans for stepping up and really helping me out. I also haven't been producing a lot on my Patreon. That is my fault. But that's what I'm trying to get to. So if you would like me to actually have some better benefits, on Patreon I do podcasts, which are pretty much just this, me talking. This is actually, this personality right here is more so for podcasts. This is what you get in a podcast, is me screaming into the mic. I have not uploaded one in a long time, I will be honest, but I'm going to. I'm also, I farted. I'm also going to rewriting a story myself, where I will be taking aspects and knowledge from what I've learned from the overall storytelling of Demon Slayer and the overall pain and the overall, like, not giving people the win just because they're the main character by themselves. Like it's he's the main character, but he's not just automatically a pillar right then and there. And even though they give him a power-up, they give everybody else that same fucking power-up literally 2 seconds later. Genuinely, it is astonishing my fucking expectations, knocking them out of the park. It's taking my expectations and kicking the literal shit out of them. I went in there expecting to hate the anime and stop it because of Shield Hero. Because that anime sucks, and you can't change my mind because of all the goddamn lolly crap. There's no actual story. They ruined it when they stopped making him evil. I really wanted to see a hero that was questionable, and he had to learn not to be a dickhead. In fact, it would have been cool if the Rising of the Shield Hero was a misnomer, a misdirection, and it's actually that he became the villain. And then became blah blah blah, and then they ended the story by him dying at the hands of a hero, and then waking up in that same bookstore with the book in his hands, closed, and it says the end. And you learn there was nothing, there was no consequences to him. He dies, he gets sent back automatically, and it's like a dream. He just puts the book back, and the scene pans out, and it just has him holding his hand on the book, thinking about all the atrocities he's done, all the evil things that he's done, and now he just has to go back to being a normal fucking person, a human being in a world, and just think it's a delusion. No magic, no powers. That is an artistic ending right there. Boom! I've just made Shield Hero better than it'll ever be, and you can suck my fuck. I just ended that series before it has even ended it, and it'll be better than that. I also think that stories should plan for anything. I get that you want things to go on, there should be some continuality, but they should really plan for a set number of seasons and a set number of pages, a set number of chapters, instead of just trying to make it as retellable as possible. You know? And I feel like Demon Slayer is the main goal is kill Muzan. It's kill the last guy. But I'm just saying. It's just a good animation. It's just a good story. It's just a good everything. I would have put this on my Patreon. I would have put this on a podcast. But it's not what I do for my podcast most of the time. It's really whatever they want, whatever suggestion I get from the tiers 5 and up. $1 tier. I honestly treat all my tiers the same. Everything's unlocked for any tier whatsoever, so you really only have to give $1 to see the same things. But I will dedicate this video to my own one and only $10 tier right now. There was another, but she had to stop. That's fine. But anyway, Kai is your homie, my favorite dude in the whole entire world. Love you, man. Thank you for... That's also just a friend of mine from TikTok. But thank you for supporting me and continue to support me. Homies support homies, and I can't wait to send my support to you when I'm financially secure and stable. Anyway, you're also helping me by just subscribing to this YouTube channel, hitting the bell icon, and liking the video. You can also buy merch, because I have merch because I'm famous on an app and not here. So, yeah, I get that it's a little too exciting for you to think that, but like 90%, in fact, all of my subscribers, I'll say, are from TikTok, so. There's only a few that I think that are coming from outside that don't even know me. But, hello, it's Juicy Saf from TikTok. Haha, hello. Hi. I'm talking about anime. I'm a comedian on the app. I'm a comedian in real life, but in this YouTube channel, we don't do much different. We just do the same things over and over. It's video games and me bitching. Anyway, every single person, if you are a $10 tier and up, you will be able to be. I will dedicate my videos to you, and I promise that I'll have better tiers. If you're $5, if you're $1, if you're 15, whatever. The 15's a joke tier, and it's literally just there. I don't know. I'm not good at this, man. I'm not good at this. But your support means the fucking world to me. Links in the description. The ones you guys never read. Shame. Anyway, love you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Please be kind to yourself. Please be sure to eat. Please be sure to drink water. Please be sure to love your family, unless they're dickheads like my family is. Then fuck them. If you're by yourself, I hope that watching my videos can provide you with some solace, like YouTubers have done for me. Video game YouTubers have done for me, at least in the fact that watching them has made me feel like I was watching my brother before he became an asshole to me. He's not an asshole anymore, but he was a huge one. Huge asshole. Anyway, and it's providing. I hope I can be that for you. And I really appreciate every time that you guys tell me that I'm helping you with anything whatsoever. I'm going to drink this entire water, or try to right now. There's too much. I thought there was a lot less, but there's too much and I'm going to choke. I can drink a lot more than that, but I'm going to hit my throat and it's going to hurt. Anyway, also, if you don't know me on TikTok, go to TikTok, download it, and go follow me on that too, because trust me, I've got some great jokes there. Anyway, love you.